Hey, good morning, everyone. So we're on a morning walk, and I just had a few thoughts I wanted to share. And what's been going on right now is I just bought some land. I don't know how I did it. I don't know what I'm doing with buying this land. I just stepped on a frog. Okay, sorry, frog. Um, yeah. So there's that. And so essentially, it's called foreclosures. So there's different types of foreclosures, and I'm kind of just getting into this. There's tax foreclosures, and then there's mortgage foreclosures, and then there's also, I think, judicial foreclosures. I'm not an expert in this yet, but what I am is I'm learning, and I'm starting off this process. I'm gonna share with you what I know. And so far, I went to a tax foreclosure a couple days ago, and I bid on a property, and essentially the property was 1.1 acre of land, and it was going for $3,500. It's $3,500. And so you don't have to, when you bid, you don't have to put the whole $3,500. You have to put 5% down or $750, whichever one is greater. That could vary based upon, your county and everything. But for this one, I had to put down $750. A lot of cars. I had to put down $750. So I won the bid. I went to go to the bank, grabbed cash out, and put down $750. And then after that, there's a 10-day upset bid. So after the 10-day upset bid, meaning that no one else puts a bid on the property, then that land is mine, and I own it. And so I don't know what I'm gonna do with the land. Honestly, I have no plans with it. Well, I went to the auction, and when you go to the auction, don't do what I do. Don't do this. Don't feel like you need to buy anything. Don't feel like you need to put a bid on anything. Go to the auction and just listen. Ask the auctioneer questions. And that's not what I did. I was like, "Ooh, this is land. This is cool. Let me go and bid on this." And when you make a bid, you are now legally obligated. You made a legal obligation. And if you don't fulfill that obligation, there could be repercussions. So you could, depending on what type of foreclosure it is, the county sheriff could put a warrant out for your arrest. You could also just lose the money that you put down. Because if you get to the end and you're like, no, I don't want this anymore, you forfeit all the money that you put down. Or you could close on a house or on a piece of land that's really great, or a piece of land or a property that's really bad. Like, there's just so much. So it's high risk, high reward. And so I make this to say, don't do what I did and just be like, oh yeah, let me just go buy this. I wish I did a little more research, but at the end of the day, even if this turns out to be really, really bad, it's gonna be a great, great learning experience. What is it? Oh my, this is a web. Y'all ever done that? Walked into a web and be like, oh, help here. But everyone else looking like, what is wrong with you? It's like I just walked into a spider web. Anyway, so yeah, there's gonna be, it's gonna be a great story, and whether I win or lose, whether I win or lose, it's gonna be a great story. So I guess I win regardless. It's a win-win, and I am scared of what's gonna happen, because I really don't know. But I know that at the end of the day, when I'm on my deathbed and I'm thinking back, this is not gonna be something that I wish that I did not do. Yeah, there's a bunch of spiders over here. I'm walking over here. This is not going to be something that I wish I did not do. Because I know at the end of the day, this is going to be like, oh, you bought a house? Like, which one sounds better? You know, and which one, if you're thinking, like, I'm thinking in terms of my old self. You know, old man Holder is sitting on his rocker, thinking back. And that, for me, am I thinking, oh man, remember that time that I didn't buy that house? Oh man, that was great. No, you know, like for me, I want to have my stories. I want to have my times. You know, like the thing, and I heard, I think Alex Hormozi said this, was that like this time period is fleeting. You know, something along the lines of like, this time is fleeting and you're gonna die one day, and getting old is inevitable and it's short-lived, or the time period, this time life is short-lived, but what's even more short-lived is youth. And so, you know, live up your youth while you can. And whatever that means, a lot of different things to a lot of different people. For me, that means go get your stories, you know, go and get your, and fail forward. Go and get your successes, go and get your failures, go and get your tries. And so I make this to say, regardless of what happens with this land, and I'll keep you guys stay tuned, I'll keep you guys updated. But regardless of what happens with this land, yeah, it's gonna be a great story. And when I'm thinking back, they need to change something. When I'm thinking back on like, oh, this is like when my kids are like, hey, what'd you do when you were in your 20s and 30s and 40s, 50s? I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I just sat around and did nothing. No, like, and if you're watching this, kids, as I'm older, like, go and get your stories. You know, regardless, make sure that you live your life for you and you alone. Because at the end of the day, the person that has to live with your life is you. No one else has to live with your life. So how the saying is, don't take advice from people that aren't living your life. And, oh, what is that? What is that? Piece of metal. It's a cowbell. Get this out the road. Get this cowbell out the road so someone could run over it, get a flat tire. Right, let's put it over here. So, I was saying, don't live your life for other people. You know, the people that are gonna be, people will give 1,000 opinions on how you should live. Like 1,000, so many. And at the end of the day, let me go this way instead. And then at the end of the day, the person that's living your life is you. So, it doesn't
Distance,
matter.
1 mile. Time,
Nice.
19 minutes, 15 seconds.
Nice. And so at the end of the day, whatever someone's saying, like, not necessarily like don't take advice, but make sure that you check in with yourself first. Because I've had people, multiple people, give me advice on how I should live and what I should do, and you know, and everything. And some of those people, like, it was really great advice. I didn't take it because it just wasn't great advice for me. And sometimes it was like really great advice and I should have taken it, but I didn't because I just didn't know, or for a number of different reasons. But at the end of the day, like, it's my life, you know, and it doesn't matter what you say or how you feel or about my decisions. You know, it's my life. So if I'm okay with my decisions and everything, like, that's what's important to me, is to make sure that I'm okay with my decisions. I'm okay with how I'm leading my life and how I'm living. And if you're not okay with that and I'm okay with that, that's okay. You know, if the cost of being myself is you being uncomfortable, then I'm okay with that. And at the end of the day, when all's said and done, I'm gonna still continue to live my life for me because I need to live it, regardless of what you say. And I think that I think that a lot of us, I know that for me, I'm gonna speak for myself, is I lived my life for a lot of different people for a long period of time and not knowing why, except to please that person or to please those people or, whatever reason. And the day that I started to say, you know what, like, fuck it, I'm gonna live my life for me and I'm gonna be happy for me and I'm gonna do what makes me happy, regardless of what anyone else thinks. That's the day that I started to like kind of, wake up, so to speak. Like, The Matrix is one of my favorite movies. And there's a part in The Matrix where the main character, Neo, is like, he's fighting this unbeatable foe that everyone else ran away from, an agent. And one of the other main characters, Morpheus, finally says, like, everyone's looking around like, what is he doing? Like, why isn't he running? Everyone should run. He should run. He should run. He's gonna die. What is he doing? And then Morpheus is like, he's beginning to believe. And I think that's that unlock that you get when you finally decide, you know what? No, I'm gonna do this for me. Like, I'm beginning to believe in myself and my potential, and really beginning to like act on it. Belief is, I think that your belief system is so important, and that kind of fuels how you act. But you could always change and evolve your belief system. The question is it going to change and evolve to benefit you or to not? And no one can really decide that for you except you. So, yeah. All right, if you want to keep on and stay tuned with this land thing and want to know and get updates, make sure you follow along. It's gonna be interesting. August 3rd is when I officially, quote unquote, close on this property if it doesn't go through an upset bid. So we'll keep going from there. If it does go through an upset bid, I'm probably not going to like make another bid for it because I'm so new. I don't know what I'm doing, and the property itself wasn't even like a great property. It was more so about like getting my tries in, getting in my failures, getting in my rounds so I could be successful. And so that's more so what this was about. And so if it does get upset, then it's fine. But yeah, all right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.